Hi everyone, Josie from the Little Birdie magazine with Dan from Saltwater. Welcome Dan.
Hi there, how are you?
Today we're actually doing the food review on Maggie Island at the famous Saltwater restaurant. We were recommended, I've been here before and it's always been great.
Good to hear.
It'll be fabulous to actually come here again and actually try it for a review. But tell me a little bit about, when did you guys actually open up?
It was right before COVID, so it was an interesting period. I think we'd scheduled, I think it was January, and I think COVID struck around February, March.
It did, I remember it clearly.
Yeah, it was a very interesting time, but like we were very positive. I think the government stated that we had to do takeaway only, and you know, I think it's just something that came natural to trying to create food and on the takeaway menu, and you know, the community is extremely supportive and it's great. We know a lot of people here, and so for the first couple of months it was interesting to deal with that, but then we really found our legs and our passion for sit-down food, obviously. And
well, we came in August.
Yep, okay.
And I remember the food was amazing then, so yeah,
excellent.
So you obviously did okay, and we were back at sit-down by then. So tell me a bit about your food history though too, because you...
My food history, I started off as an apprentice at Rockpool. So I used to date this girl who used to be a chef, and I used to walk her to her restaurant, which was Belmondo's, which used to be a famous Italian restaurant in the Rock. So I always used to walk past Rockpool, and I was like, oh, I'd love to work at this place, And yeah, I think strangely I've had no cooking experience before that period, and then I think I saw a first-year apprentice advertised in a newspaper, and I'm like, you know what? For Rockpool that was. Yeah. I went, you know what? I'm just gonna give them a call and see if they'd be interested. And yeah, I just they said I had no experience and I wasn't good enough for that period, but I think I called them every day for like 2 months straight. Persistence, and they just said, you know what? We're sick of hearing your voice. Come in, and yeah, the rest is history. So it was. I spent 5 years there. Worked my way up to junior sous chef, and from that period I left there. I did 4 years in the Bahamas, which yeah, there was a resort over there. A Singaporean businesswoman has a resort there, so she used to eat at Rockpool, so she sort of poached a whole bunch of chefs from there.
Oh,
and
he wouldn't have been happy.
No, but I don't know, they worked out some deal. He used to get free accommodation there, so in the end it was pretty good. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah. Yep.
So, and you've also owned another restaurant on the island as previously?
Yeah, myself and Jennifer used to own the Bikini Tree Cafe, so it was a different style of food, but it was a great little like beginning to figure out the island, what everyone needed and wanted, and being next to the Arcadia pub was great because Marshall used to be a good owner there, and you know, he'd have people coming over from Townsville every weekend. The place was buzzy, and it was, you know, it was a really good start.
And it's still busy. The island's growing every day, isn't it? In the sense of
I definitely
people
think
starting to find it. I think that's the biggest thing.
It was a bit sleepy. I think we've been here about 8.5 years, so it was a little bit sleepy when we first turned up. But you know, a lot of things have happened.
What made you move here if it was sleepy? Like what?
Look,
the big difference between Rockpool and...
Well, we had a catering business after, you know, I was working around Sydney and everything. That was our first business, which was a catering company. Yeah. So we used to do canapes and weddings and whatnot. And the premise that we had in Sydney, our contract was up for that place. So we decided to, you know, I always scoured websites for restaurants and places up and down the coast, and everyone wants to do a coastal sea change, and you know, but you would never know how good a place would be unless you visited that town. Yeah. So our contract was up, and I said, Jen, let's just buy a camper trailer and let's, you know, we were supposed to go from Sydney all the way up around Australia, but we lasted 4 months. So we left Sydney.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we left Sydney and we got to Maggie Island, and you know, we just, like everyone says, they fall in love with this place. And
it's Maggie, I think, on the mainland too. So there's something quite unique about this little spot in North Queensland.
Oh, definitely.
And
I love Townsville.
It's Townsville, right? It's not. I mean, everybody talks about Cairns. I made an active choice to just move to Townsville. The only reason I'm not on Maggie Island is my kids go to school on the mainland.
Oh, okay, yep.
And I didn't want to have to try and flip back on a ferry for forgotten books and hats and things. But the fact that this is so close to Townsville, it's a jewel for Townsville.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's perfect. And you are right. I think, you know, we went to Cairns a little while ago, but I think there's just something about Townsville that, you know, it's got this whole bunch of great restaurants. You've got the Strand, which is It's completely different to the Cairns promenade along
Yes.
there. You know, the water's different.
Sorry, Cairns, but we think Townsville's better.
Look, sorry, we still love the place, but yeah.
Yeah. So what can we expect tonight on the menu? So I haven't been here for a couple of years to this restaurant.
Yep.
So what can we expect in the way of the
Sure.
style of food that you're now making?
Well, you know, being from Rockpool, we try to use a lot of really great local seafood. We've got a really nice tartare dish on, which has got a cured egg yolk, which we cure it in soy sauce and some dashi and vinegar. So we cure the egg yolk, so when you break it over, it sort of creates a little emulsion and sauce for the tartare.
Yum.
It's beautiful. The bug dish, which I think is a real
Yum.
winner. It's got bugs and prawns, so it's sort of, we take the bugs out of the shell and we make a little stuffing and put it back in the shell, and so that's another good dish.
The fact you're using local excites me a lot
Of
too.
course,
So
yeah.
the idea of actually, you know, accessing and sharing the story of where your food has come from, to me is really important as well.
Yep.
And it's really nice to see that that's important to you as
course,
too.
yeah.
And I do hear sometimes, and I think legislation's just changed in restaurants about how you actually market your food. You do have to,
Whether it's Australian,
whether it's
seafood
Australian or not, the fact that you can actually say it's local, like caught here
we
is
get our
brilliant.
stuff from Cole Lowndes from
Yep.
Townsville, and you know, he gets stuff from the Gulf, he gets everything up and down
Yeah.
the coast. So you know, we've been with him literally. I think he's probably one of the main seafood suppliers that we started with, and we've tried a few others, but Cole has just been fantastic. Yeah.
That's great. That's really nice to hear. So that whole local food supply and people being able to, chefs being able to find it, locals being able to support it because they know that it's local as well, I think it's a really nice story for food. So
I don't understand why you want to buy something from overseas. You know, Australia has got some of the best seafood, and why not? It doesn't make sense to me anyway.
no, but
Yeah.
yeah. Look, it's a wonderful story to tell. Look, really looking forward to our meal tonight. I had actually said I wanted to do this after the meal, but we've had a whirlwind day on Maggie, let's say, and you know, we're doing this before the meal. Thank you so much for
problem.
allowing
It's
us
a
to come
pleasure.
in and do this. I'm, as I said, really looking forward to it. Lovely to meet you.
Definitely.
And we'll do the review, but I'm sure we'll be back because we're planning to come to Maggie quite a bit. So,
Excellent.
well done.
Thanks for taking the time to come to our restaurant, and yeah, we look forward to cooking for you tonight. So.
Brilliant. Thank you.